Hi, everybody. This is Holland Martin, and thanks for joining me today on the Never Die podcast. The 2016 Marion High School graduate, Isaiah Watkins. Isaiah, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Now, you just 2 short days ago competed in Art of Scrap 8, and you faced a Ben DeLeon up there in
Yeah.
your pro debut.
Yes, my pro debut, man. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, and you got the referee stoppage TKO in 41 seconds.
41 seconds, man.
Yes. So tell me about that fight and kind of what
Man,
led
this is
and how it went.
we just had a game plan. We knew we was gonna be better, pretty much everywhere. We knew we trained so hard, man, here in Indianapolis, born and bred in Marion, Indiana, but just to really live this dream, I had to, broaden my horizon and get out there and train with different people. You know what I'm saying? They say you want to be a dog, you got to train with dogs. You want to be a lion, you got to train with lions. You know what I mean? So I had to put myself in that atmosphere. And I'm at a gym where, sometimes I'm the hammer, and then there's a lot of times I'm the nail if can't be the big fish in a small pond, you know what I mean, and expect greatness. So
Yes.
I'm at a gym now where I get pushed to my limits. I'm learning a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so we train too hard, man, for anything. One of my sponsors, he's like, Isaiah, your last one here was pretty quick too. Why don't you drag it out a little bit? I'm driving 2 hours from Indy to come watch you fight. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I'm sorry. If it comes, it comes. I train too hard to not get the easy result. You know what I mean? But I don't expect it. But like if an easy result comes, it don't hurt me because I train too hard.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
you want to put these guys, you want to put them away as quick as possible. You know.
Yeah, well, I just want to I don't got that. I don't do a lot of talking. There's not a lot of gimmicks when it comes to me. So, that's a part of the entertainment in the fight game. A lot of people want to see, oh, can he talk and walk the walk? You know what I'm saying? I don't like talking smack. I don't, like dissing nobody. But when I get in there, I finish people, whether it be by submission, whether it be by knocking them out, or not. I put on exciting fights. So
Yes.
that's what I do. There's no gimmicks. It's I go in there, I put on exciting fights, and I get finishes.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk about this Ben DeLeon guy. Now he came in. I mean, he's from Springfield or Auburn somewhere. I kind of looked
Mhm.
up his stats, but he come in 0-5. He had got
Yeah.
knocked out three out of the five and got submitted a few times. And it seemed like you came right in and checking his kicking his, checking with that right leg. And from my advantage, you kicked that leg one good time, threw a couple of knees, and then hit him with that one bing. Then it was get him out of there. And it was
Yeah,
awesome.
that's pretty. My coaches just told me there's like my boy Cameron Van Camp. He was just like your levels above this. Like, and then Zoe Lorenzo Trevino, he was in the background beforehand. He was just telling me, he's like, bro, we trained our whole lives for this.
Mm-hmm.
He just had his pro debut in October, and I was there for that. But he was just letting
Yes.
me know, like, hey, trust in yourself, trust in the skills, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's like God gave me the confidence to go out there and do what I had to do. And it's just like he said, believe in yourself. So I just started believing in myself. And that's what happens when I believe in myself. It's a discredit to everybody who believes in me, like my family, everyone who supports me, everyone who says, Jose, you're a beast, you're this, you're that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like I was always like nervous, like, can I embrace that? But it's now like God was like, embrace it. This is who I made you to be. This is who you are. Embrace it. And he gave me the confidence. So the more my confidence grew in him, the more my confidence grew in myself and my belief grew in myself. So it was it was dope. And I just went out there and followed the game plan. They said keep him on the fence, stay in his face. And exactly, pro rounds now it's 5 minutes. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to, rush or anything. And I could take my time and and I was comfortable in there. I was calm, comfortable, cool, collected, and it showed.
It looked like you hurt him pretty bad. I mean, you looked like you hit him with a good kick, because he looked like he was hopping on one leg for a minute, and
Yeah.
then you
Uh
pinged him with that knee, that third knee, and he was out.
yeah, the first I knew he was tough. I had a friend who had fought him before, and he said he hit him with some elbows that, he thought should have put anybody out. And he said he was still there fighting. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, all right, maybe he might be a little tougher than I think. And I'll give him that. His record didn't even I seen his record just as experience. I mean, I wasn't thinking, oh, I should go in here and walk through this dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's experience that I still don't have yet. So
Yes.
I just took it as it is, and I just took him as, what, this is my toughest fight to date, and
Mm-hmm.
just took it like that. and I kicked him. I started off with a leg kick. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
check. He got me back with one. I kicked his leg again, got him around, cut off the cage, got
Mm-hmm.
right back, kicked it, and it was over. Threw them knees, and I realized that they were rushed. Those first two knees, I was like, okay, hold on, let me stop for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited, and he still stayed down there. So that's when I threw the flying knee. And if you rewatch the video, it wasn't the knee that caught him. The knee did catch him, but that's not what hurt him. So
Mm-hmm.
after the knee, I threw a right hand and I threw a slick left uppercut, boom, and that's what really
Mm-hmm.
caught him. And then it was over after that.
Yes, sir. I love it, man. It was, you know, I've known you for a long time. I coached you as a linebacker on the football team and things like that. And I'm just proud to see your growth. We did our first interview maybe 4.5, 5 years ago at the Boys Club.
Yeah,
You were fighting
yeah,
Arietta in Ohio or something back then. Uh,
yeah. I was fighting Michael Arias. That was my first title fight.
and it was special. And I'm glad I was able to get you back then and get you now. And let's talk about that though. You did have an amateur record of 8-3, uh,
Hmm.
and you've been fighting for about 7.5, 8 years. Uh,
Yeah, I've been fighting since I was 15. I started boxing when I was 15, but
yeah.
as far as like MMA goes, yeah, I started fighting when I was 18. I had my
Mm-hmm.
first amateur fight when I was just turned 19, and so yeah, I've been fighting. I'm 26 now, just turned 26 in January, so I've been fighting for a little while now.
And it is your most recent fight. You had a fight what here 2.5 years ago was your last fight.
It was my last MMA fight, yeah, and it was for the scrap for their welterweight championship, and I
Mm-hmm.
won that first round, minute in like 5 seconds by
Yes,
guillotine.
yes. And oh man, it's just amazing to see your growth. So let's talk about this. Talk to the people about how, because what I love and what I love about more than anything else is when the fight was over and that lady came up to you, you first wanted to thank your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That
man, hard seat, man, hard seat.
is so important to me, man. Uh,
Yeah,
you know, can you talk to the people about how Christ has been in your life and things of that nature?
yeah, yeah. Honestly, man, people think it's the fighting part that's the fun part for me, but really, it's really the spiritual battle that leads up to the fight. You know, just cutting weight is almost like fasting, and
Mm-hmm.
so what I've learned is the more my flesh decreases, the more my flesh dies, the more he increases. You know, I realized like through this whole life, whether it be fighting, whether it be whatever I go through, like I'm just a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a man. I can't do it without him. He changed my life, man. Like I've given up. I used to smoke all the time. I used to drink all the time. I used to disrespect women. I used to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm 26 years old. I'm married. I'm saved. My wife saved. My children are saved.
Yes.
And it's like I can be a good role model for them. You know, I can be someone that they
Yep.
can look up to. I can be someone that the past me needed.
Mm-hmm.
That hits a little deeper. I'm someone that the child in me could look up to.
Mm-hmm.
And God just literally he's transforming my life, and I keep getting better, keep getting closer to him, keep
Yes.
loving him more. And it's really all credit to him that I'm even here today, because my life was going down a place that I don't even want to go back to. That
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah's dead and gone. And you know, when I got saved, it was like people had to get to know me all over again,
All over
because
again. The new me.
I knew me. I walk different. I talk different. There's certain things like I used to lie all the time. I used to front all the time. I had no sense of self-worth, identity, self-belief, anything. I was always trying to see where I could fit in. I could never find where I fit in, but
Now
he's
look.
given me an he's given me an identity that no one can take away from me. You can't tell me
Nope.
who I am, because I am who my father says I am. I am who he says I am.
Yes,
And
sir.
there's he's just he's just so much, man. I could talk about more than fighting. I could just talk about what Jesus has done in my life
Mm-hmm.
all day. Like it's my testimony, everything. Literally the day before I got saved, I told my best friend, like literally the day before I got saved, I told my best friend, um, it was a week before my last fight in Kokomo,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him, I didn't believe in the Bible. I said, I believe there is a God. My words exactly. I said, I believe there is a God.
Mm-hmm.
And and I said, but the Bible, I was just letting social media and propaganda, influence my way of thinking. And literally, my wife tells me she tells me she's been telling me all week she's going to Easter service. She's like, "You want to go?" And I was like, just to keep the peace with her, I said, "Yeah, I'll go." And
Found the
Literally,
Lord
man,
there.
I went for her, and I ended up finding Jesus, and man, he changed my whole life. I
Yes.
quit like so many bad habits,
Mhm.
so many things. It's just he's just so good, man.
Yes.
There's no words to describe how good that he is, man. He's literally the way,
I,
the truth, the life. He's literally transformed my life in every way possible.
and I'm glad that you caught him early. I am going through that transition as well. The people that knew me when you were in high school, I'm a totally
Yeah,
different guy now. I uplift the Lord, and ever since I've done that in the last 2, 3 years, my life keeps getting better. Better health, better clarity, more. It's just. So I know
yeah,
exactly what you are talking about, and so I say, don't stop. Going
yeah,
to get more gifts, more
yeah,
blessings. Just keep uplifting
yeah,
him the way you're doing it, man. Because I do
yeah,
that all the time now, and I can feel it, man. It's
yeah,
like you said, we could literally talk about this, and
yeah.
maybe one day we need to just have a
For sure.
podcast just to talk about God, some verses to uplift people that may be on the fence, some people that are, you know, that can pull us even further.
Yeah,
It's beautiful, man, and it was meant for us to get on here today. I,
for sure.
it's
He,
almost I get chill bumps talking about them,
yeah.
Uh, but let's get back to you now. What does the future hold now that you won your pro debut?
So my manager's actually hit me up talking about some fights coming up. He already got some offers, so I'm gonna let him do his job. And just right now, there's a lot. I got 4 kids, so me and my wife, she does a lot. Just as much as I train and prepare for fights, she's at home, taking care of the kids, cooking
Yes,
my food, and making sure I'm eating the right things. And so, just this week, right now, I'm just gonna take some time, give some time to them, love on them, and
yes.
appreciate them.
Hmm.
But like, so I hope to be fighting in June or
Okay,
somewhere around that time. You can look out for that. But I plan on having a busy year. I plan on fighting 3 times at least. But we're gonna shoot for 4. Lord willing, like no injuries, no health scares. Everything. I stay disciplined. I stay on the right page. And
every 6 weeks or so, every 6 or 7 weeks or so,
yeah,
get into the mix.
yeah. I'm trying to, like I said, June. Then maybe like August, September.
Hmm.
And then maybe hopefully early November. I want to maybe try to avoid around Christmas time and Thanksgiving and stuff like that, so I can be with the family. And those
Yes,
times are important. You don't get those times back. And my birthday's at the beginning of the year too, so hopefully then after that, probably shoot it in back to around like February, March or
yes.
so. But
Now, does it
it's just
matter
whatever.
where?
No, it doesn't matter where.
Okay.
You got dreams this big, you got to get comfortable fighting in enemy territory. You got to
Hmm.
get comfortable fighting. I understand my family's not going to be able to go everywhere. My wife's not going to be able to go everywhere.
Hmm.
I just actually got off the phone with my manager. I'm about to get my passport. So I'm about to be doing some fights over in Canada, maybe some in
Yes,
Europe, and then hopefully get on the big. Well, I know for sure when I get on the big stage, I'm going to be fighting all over the world. So just
yeah.
getting comfortable fighting wherever and just being comfortable in the uncomfortable situations.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna be a hometown guy every time. Sometimes I'm gonna come in and play spoiler, and then
Yes.
there's gonna be other times where a close hometown promotion like Artist Scrap, the money's
Hmm.
right, go ahead and
Yes.
what I mean,
Or
thing
you
close to
might
home.
get called for to go down to Cancun like Zoe did last month,
That'd be
and
pretty
that
cool, man.
the slanted
Oh, the pit and
things
for
down
Karate
there. Yeah,
Combat.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, heck
karate
yeah. I mean,
combat.
if the money's right, man, if the money's right, because now
You're a
it's
pro
it's a
now.
career now, it's a job. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I've always treated it like so, but it's still kind of a little new and kind of weird in a cool way to say like I'm a professional fighter now. You
Professional
know what I mean?
fighter.
This is I'm an undefeated professional fighter. I'm
Yep.
1-0, just had a very successful pro debut, and
Hmm.
that's 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 not no there's a lot of credit to my team that goes out to that, man, at Indie Boxing and Grappling here in Indianapolis. So
Hmm.
it's still cool to say like, oh, what are you? What's your occupation? I'm a professional fighter now, so
I'm
I'm a
undefeated.
prize fighter, so
Hmm.
it's cool. Yeah, man,
These
just
hands is registered.
it's
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is it's humbling, man. It's humbling just to see like
Hmm.
everything come full circle. Like people were there that I wouldn't even expect to remember me and everything. There's like Isaiah, like, wow, you did so good. I'm like, man, I haven't seen you in years. I haven't talked to you in
Hmm.
years. Like we don't talk on a daily basis. It was like
Yes.
cool, and it's just it's all humbling, man.
Yes.
It's
It
humbling
is.
just to see like how much love and support is really out there.
It is great to see your journey, man. And like I said, you came out for the football team. I'm linebacker coach. I've been linebacker coach for my 12th year now, I think. And so we're going to start again in a couple of weeks. But
Yeah,
and honestly, football wasn't your thing. But
yeah, no, man.
could you talk to the kids about, because some people, especially the youth under you, if they're not successful at one thing, they may not try another thing. Football, linebacking may not have been your thing, but you
Yeah,
found what you love, sharpen your axe, and now you're a professional fighter. Could you speak to maybe encouraging some people that, may not be good at
yeah,
one thing, but could try something else and be great at it?
yeah. So first, I'll just tell my story with the whole football thing. So it's like I remember it was my senior going into my senior year, and I remember the whole summer I worked out with you guys. I was in the gym. I was
Mm-hmm.
uh learning like the linebacker and running back position, and like the how I explain to people, trying to understand like I understand football a lot more now
Uh-huh.
because I think that's because I watch it now, but I understand it more now than I did. Like X's and O's was more confusing. It was a lot easier for me to understand bob and weave, hit here, hit there. And so that's what, maybe I should just focus on this. But speaking to anybody young, just don't feel pressured to do stuff if everybody's called to something different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a different purpose. Everybody has a different thing. Don't feel peer pressure. Like if all your friends are playing football, cool. If that's what your friends do, that's what your friends do. But I just want to tell you, it's okay to be different. It's okay to be unique. We're all
Yes.
unique in our own way, and it's okay. But whatever you do, like do it to the fullest. Make sure there's discipline, because the motivation is like motivation is like a fire. Fires can get put out easy. One day you wake up, I'm gonna wake up at 5:30 in the morning, go run, do what I need to do. And then, when there's motivation, when there's something online, and then he's like, man, I'm not motivated. I just, I did this, I did that. But discipline will carry you through when
Yes.
motivation doesn't. And that's something I learned like the past month leading up to this fight to help cut my weight. I was getting up at 5:30 in the morning, going to go work out for an hour and a half, and then
Mm-hmm.
going to work and then going to go train again, just getting up those extra early. And now after my fight, I didn't go to bed till like 1:30, and I
Mm-hmm.
was up at 5:12, just up
Right
bright and
again.
early.
Boom.
And today on Monday, I went to the gym. And I ran a little bit at 5:30. Went to work. You know what I
And
mean?
now your
So
body is used
it's just
to it.
like little things like that. Like,
The
yeah, but
dedication, discipline.
if you can build successful habits, and I'm not perfect at this, but I inspire to be better and better each fight, in between each fight. But
Mm-hmm.
the discipline, that's something I'm learning, the discipline, having the discipline to tell yourself, like for me, the discipline to tell myself, okay, Isaiah, you gotta stop eating this. It's time to lock in.
Yeah.
Isaiah, you gotta get up and run, because if you don't, you're gonna regret it if your cardio fails, if your weight's not there. Isaiah, you gotta be disciplined. Keep your hands up, because this dude, he's a dangerous striker too. It's just
Yes.
like little stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline, and for me, it's like discipline. For me, it's discipline first in the Lord, and then I know if I'm disciplined in Him, it carries over to everything. And that's
Yes.
another thing I can say to the young people, guys. Jesus is alive. He's alive. He's well. I promise you. There's a lot of people, for me, even me personally, I was church hurt. There's a lot of stuff that can go into it. Everybody's past. Some of y'all going through something super rough, super
Mm-hmm.
dangerous. But I'm trying to tell you, He's the way, the truth, the life, and He's alive and He's well. I promise you, if you just open your hearts and choose Him and just give Him a chance, I promise you, He'll rock your world and your life will be changed forever.
So powerful, bro. You know what? There, is there anything else you want to add? I mean, like, I have to have you on again just to talk about the power of the Lord. I mean,
Yeah,
I can
He's
tell it's real with you. And it looks like you have the gift to give that to others, man.
Yeah, that's another thing I figured out this camp was like fighting. It's not just fighting for me. it's my form of worship to the Lord, giving
Mhm.
him the glory. So like people say, oh, it's just a sport, it's a way to make money. Yes, he's blessed me with an opportunity to chase my dream and to live my dream, but it's my form of worship. I'm sacrificing my body to him, like in the weight cut, in the fasting, in the breaking of my body, and in the grind. It's my form of worship to him, and everybody's form of worship is different. That don't matter if you play sports, if you draw, if you sing, if you drive cars, if you're good at math, whatever your thing is, you can always use it to glorify the Lord, and he'll bless you for that. In my fight, I had a lot of people ask me, he's like, was you taking your crown off? It looked like you were taking a crown off like before you got in the cage? And it's like, yeah, that's just me laying my crown down at his feet and
Yeah.
submitting to him and just reminding myself that he's king and he's gonna bring me through whatever I need to be brought through. If I go through the fire, he's gonna be with me in the fire. So just like submitting to him and laying my crown down and letting God, you know what I'm saying? People be saying God be God, and I'm gonna let God and do what he does, and I know I'm chosen and I know he's gonna take care of me. So
And
that's
that's what I tell people. I say once I let go, and I'm still a work in progress. I still have
for
my
sure.
vices.
We all are.
I'm not perfect. Uh, but once I, it's like I put it like I, it's like I'm on his puppet string. And I'm just do with me, whatever you want. And I'm just following that, and it's working. It's been working, like I said, for the last couple of
Yeah,
years. So I'm continuing to do that, and now I'm continuing to minister to other people about the gifts that I've received. And man, it's so powerful, man. I wish,
it's
but
crazy to see like
go ahead.
Oh, I was like, it's just crazy to see like how Jesus can use you to like you don't think that he can use you, especially like you said, you got a past, you've never been perfect. I have a past, I've never been perfect, but now he's
Mhm.
using me to inspire and stuff like that. And I'm sure like you said, he's changed you as well. So I'm sure you've seen it like in family members and friends and
Man,
complete strangers, you know what I
I've
mean?
lost
And it's just,
people that I thought loved me, and I found people that love me. For it's
yeah,
oh man, it's so real. It's so real. But like I said, I don't even want to sound like a hypocrite. I know some people say, "Oh man, blah blah blah, this and that," but
yeah.
it's a work in progress. You
Bro,
know,
it's a lifelong journey. You're never gonna be perfect. There was only
it
one
is.
perfect man, and his name was Jesus Christ. So you're never gonna be perfect, and that's something I'm dealing with and I'm learning right now. Like I'm perfect through him because of the blood that he shed, but I'm never gonna be perfect. I'm gonna you're gonna. It says in the Bible you're gonna always fall short
Mhm.
to the glory of God. You're always gonna fall short, and once you accept that and know that that's why you need him because you're gonna fall short, then your life is going to be so much better. You're going to be so much more. You're going to be so much happier.
Yeah,
And you know, we're not perfect. I make
no,
mistakes all the time. My wife can tell you. My kids can tell you. My family and friends can tell you. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Sometimes I lack in certain areas.
mhm.
And but because of His grace, because of His mercy, and because of His love for us, that I can be made perfect in Him. And I know He lives in me. So anything the good that comes from me comes from Him.
And let me ask you this: if you notice it too, there seems to be more evil. And I know you're 26, and I've been, I'm 50 plus, but there seems to be more evil and animosity and aggression and anger in the world, you know, uh, where it be,
Man,
it's like God is
yeah,
working, like the people need him more than ever. But it's almost
yeah,
like you have to clean the slate and start over with. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah out there.
yeah. It's like
The people that aren't right are going to get left.
yeah. But that's what this platform, like me fighting, it's like I'm gonna be able to reach people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be able to reach people who just think they're coming to they're coming to see their favorite fighter fight. Next thing you know, they're getting prayed for. They're getting laid hands
Change.
on.
Yes.
They're getting changed. They're getting the gospel preached to them, and it's more than just fighting to me. It's a
Mm-hmm.
way to spread the gospel where getting behind a pulpit or even behind an interview and to talk
Mm-hmm.
about, the preaching, like sometimes there can be a lot of pressure, but I know in that moment, that's what I know he's revealed himself to me.
Yes.
in my fighting in the sport that I love. So that's
Yeah, it
people,
was
like I
meant
said,
for
people think
us.
they're gonna come see their favorite fighter, and next thing you know, they'll be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I just wanted an autograph," but he ended up praying for me.
Now
Like
I'm
that's
going to follow
weird.
him for
And then
his uh, you know religious post or his positivity
yeah,
things like that. You come for a fight, you come out on a whole new different thing,
come
man.
out different.
You have that in you because, like I
Yeah,
said, it just seems it's going to take you guys
yes,
to pull this world back, man. It's going to take you guys to pull it back because there's so much.
yeah,
It's just bad out there. I didn't really want to admit it,
yeah,
until I've seen it with my own two eyes, man. And then not even to
yeah.
mention
There's a
overseas and war and
yeah,
it's just Haiti and Israel
yeah.
and
So
Ukraine and
there's just so many different things. I mean, like I said earlier, he's the way, the truth, and the life. So I believe that, there is a lot of evil in this world, but there is also so much good, so much good things that he's doing in this world, and he is the answer to everything. He's my answer to everything. When I'm angry, when I'm loving, when I'm caring, I know it's because of him, and I know he's made me this way. So all the evil out in you know, there's gonna be evil out in the world, but the enemy already lost. So it pretty
mhm.
much is just a temper tantrum at this point.
I like
You
that.
know,
I like that. You know what, Isaiah? I'm not even gonna keep you any longer. Like I said, I could talk like this, man. We could probably talk like this another half hour, 45 minutes. But I love what that
for sure.
shirt says. Love what your shirt says. Stay
Oh
humble.
yeah, stay humble. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
I love this, Isaiah, man. I just love like you have stay doing what you're doing, stay how you are, and man, success is coming your way, man. I'm
I
just glad to
appreciate you,
have
man.
you, man. I'm glad to have you on the show. Like I said, we go back a long ways. This is our second interview together, and I hope we can get some more. As fights get closer, as you get some wins, and even if you happen to stumble, I still want to be able to get you on, get your message out to the people. But thank you for coming on to the Never Die podcast for me, man.
For sure. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for having me. It's truly humbling and honoring. Thank you. So I appreciate you for incorporating that because, like, really, it is like that's the biggest part of like my fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like my pastor, he lives in Texas right now, but every time I fought, he's flew down, and I have this thing where I want to call it a ritual, but it's not a ritual. It's literally how I warm up for the fights.
Mm-hmm.
He comes, and I have a couple other brothers and sisters in Christ that they come and they pray for me, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I warm up my fight. It just invites the Holy Spirit into the fight, and literally it's like a calmness. That's when I said I was cool, calm, and collected, is because the Holy Spirit was in me and was with me. Like I wasn't nervous, I wasn't anything. I was just focused and I was chill, and it's because the Holy Spirit allowed me to do that. And so it's like it's dope because that's my favorite part. And me and my friend were talking after the fight. We went to breakfast and um we were just talking about everything. Like I said, people think they're coming to watch their favorite fighter, and I hope I inspire to be someone's favorite fighter. But they're like, "Oh, Isaiah Watkins, man, you don't talk so much, but you put on a show. Like I'm a finisher. I come to finish fights.
Well,
But
heavy-handed. Boy, you is
first things first,
heavy-handed, and you
my
got
cousin,
great, great kicks. Your kicks are hard
I
and
had a
heavy.
my cousin, he's like, he always be clowning me because my older cousin, he always be clowning me. He's like, you light skin. I said, he messaged me on Facebook because he lives in Colorado, so he couldn't be at the
Mm,
fight. He said, congratulations, cuz. I said, not bad to be light skinned, huh? He said, I guess some of y'all can fight.
hey,
So so I was like, yeah, man. But that's what I inspire to do. I inspire the people to come watch me fight. They hear the good news, they hear the gospel,
mm-hmm.
and I inspire to, be signing autographs and be like, hey, can I pray for you? That's
Yeah,
I believe that's the best thing that anybody can do. Anybody, you're literally asking the Father, their Creator, um, if to bless you, to help you in your time of need or whatever you need. So that's the best thing anybody can do. So
man. Keep on doing what you doing.
I
It's
got you
powerful. It's powerful. But I like to have you back on, man. Like I said, once the fights get close or whatever that is, keep an ear out on the internets and all that. And
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll be definitely be posting it when I got a fight coming up. I'm definitely gonna. I'm trying to start marketing myself better. I got a sponsor. You know, he wants to help out with that and get
Mhm.
content going up and all
Yes.
types of stuff and more T-shirts and merch and stuff gonna be made. So um, I'm gonna try to do better at marketing and promoting myself as
All avenues, like you said,
yeah, on all
merchandise,
social media.
videos, reels, different things like
Yeah,
that. You know.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
bro.
So that's what I'm doing right now.
Hey, we're gonna chat real soon. Hey, I might see you. I don't know if y'all. I mean, wrestling's over, but you still might be in there in the
Messing around or something.
yeah, wrestling around or something. I'll see you in there.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man.
Yep. God bless you.
God bless you as well.
Like, comment, subscribe, so you can get more exciting content from Mr. Martin Productions and the Never Die podcast.